Hello, Andre Ziebart here from adziebart.com. Coming to you from Six Figure Mentors, an internet marketing system designed for neophytes like me, and I'm guessing whoever chooses to follow my journey, you as well. I'm going to give you a little history. Try to keep it as short as possible. That will pretty much give you a background as to how a person like me got to this point of wanting to do internet marketing. Brief history going way back. My childhood was filled with science fiction, and I was one of those who wanted to figure out everything. So I got electronics kits. I took as many classes I could that you could take as a child that's still in a single-digit age range. When I reached high school, I knew I wanted to be a robotics engineer. That was going to be the big thing. I was going to build R2-D2, C3PO, Robbie the robot, or Robot B9. Basically robots that could think and could do things and help mankind better mankind. So my journey started after high school in that direction. When I went to college, I was going after a degree in digital electronics with a robotics minor. Was also going to work at the same time. Although college didn't cost near as much as it did nowadays, it was still, significant enough that, I wanted to do it as responsibly as possible. Discovered that in corporate America, well, this was back in the day, corporate America used to invest in its employees. Tuition reimbursement. So I was able to get my degree paid through a corporation. So I graduated, came up with my first rude awakening. The whole robotics industry, which was very promising when I first looked into it, was no longer in the United States. Japan had taken it. First rude awakening. It's like, okay, well, technically my major was in digital electronics with a minor in robotics. No big loss, just disappointment. So I stayed in the job I had. It was a computer printer manufacturer for the IBM PC. This is, for those of you who are my age, you'll remember those Charlie Chaplin commercials, plug in the IBM PC. We actually codenamed our printer Charlie. So anyways, I went through that for a while. Was doing okay for a couple years, and rude awakening number 2, noticed that the jobs, all the high-tech manufacturing was ending up in China. And what we were told is, don't worry, it's just the manufacturing, all the engineering would still be out of America. And I didn't for a minute believe it. Even back then I had a problem with our politicians, or even what corporate America would be telling us. So I decided, okay, computers, computer networking, that's the newest, latest, greatest thing. I would have been working with computers at that point because they were my test jigs. So I went into IT, went for another degree. Corporate America was still paying for college education at this point, so I was pursuing a computer science degree, which I did obtain. Also took a whole slew of certifications to, get your credentials going there. So 20 years, and had a pretty good run there. Then discovered rude awakening number 3. IT was being offshored to India. And at this point, I had enough. I'd say, look, you can't just keep flipping careers. It takes a lot of investment in college if you're going to go that route. And it's worse now that corporate America no longer invests in tuition reimbursement. For the most part, you'll find here and there they do. Even those that do will cover a small chunk of it, not a full-time college anymore. So you can't even go that route anymore. In fact, corporate America won't pay for training anymore. So I decided, okay, well, another one of my hobbies growing up has been, back in the day, I used to do the stop motion photography, the Ray Harryhausen thing with the little figures and everything. Well, computers could now do that stuff without stop motion. So I said, okay, I'm going to do TV and feature-length films. First project was I worked on a feature-length film. Got a lot of education in live action. At the end of it, I decided I was going to spin off on my own and try to do it myself. Did 2 documentaries, oddly enough, on independent filmmaking, which I thought was kind of clever myself. Got a lot of free advice. I got a lot of experience how to produce, put it on TV, and at the same time I was asking a group of independent filmmakers about their experiences so I would learn. So I got those out there. I did 6 animated TV specials. Just finished the Halloween one. It aired last Sunday. All of it out of pocket, my own pocket. I was always pretty good with saving money, so I did have some money to invest. But I had been doing this now for 2 years. As of now, I had been in TV and film for 2 years, and not a lot of money coming this way. All the money's going that way. So I figured, okay, there's got to be a better way for someone breaking into the industry to make money, or alternative ways. Well, having been in high tech for close to 25 years, I figured the internet's got to have something out there for people like us to go out there and make it. So I got out there, I started learning things like search engine optimization, the whole point of that you have to give to establish credibility, which is fine. This is basically what I did for the past 2 years, is a lot of giving out of my pocket to air this stuff for people's entertainment. But what I figured at that point I was going to do was start to put a blog together for animators. So it's okay, if you want to break into the field, here's the products I used, here's how I did it, here's how I got it on TV. Actually now I'm looking at doing self-distribution through the internet. So I figured I'd chronicle that journey. And then when I discovered the 6-figure mentoring program, all the systems required to do internet marketing, they had it all. So they had all those systems ready to go, and you could buy into it. I did the boot camp, so I learned everything that basically I didn't know. So what I learned is what I didn't know. So then I joined the Elite program, which gave me access to all the back office tools, some coaching, some support. And I figured, okay, well, I'll do the same thing with 6-figure mentoring. I'll relay stuff as I learn it from my own perspective. There's like many perspectives. You'll find many people out there who've done learnings their own way. So to do the marketing, there were several methods, and video marketing was one of them. And I figured, okay, I've got the equipment, I've been involved, I know how to shoot, even if I got no camera crew, it's just me. But I'll shoot what I'm learning as I learn it. So I will do a weekly blog to relate to you from my own perspective what I have learned. And hopefully someone else can benefit from my experiences. I will also do the blog on animation, because what I learned is you can establish affiliate memberships with vendors. So I figured, okay, as I do this, I can basically be a figurehead, a salesperson, passive salesperson, if you want to call that, for all these different companies, for the software companies, for the hardware companies that I work with. You get an affiliate status with them, and if you lead people to their site and purchase their products, you can make some money through that. And you don't have to do the traditional cold calling and cold sales, and all the traditional marketing kind of goes away. This kind of trumps a whole traditional aggravating way of doing business. It opens it up to people like you and me, the small guys who say, hey, you know, why can't we make money? We can't even make money traditionally working for someone else anymore, because everyone's getting squeezed. Seems to me the rich are getting richer, we're getting poorer, so you'll have just rich and poor when all is said and done, except for those of us who are still in the middle class and want to stay in the middle class, or maybe go up the chain, figure out how we can make money non-traditionally and kind of break that little glass ceiling, if you want to call it a glass ceiling, that the rich have on it, and have a happy life while doing it. So once again, this is Andre Ziebart from ADZiebart.com.